Bruh, I think we had like 8 setups or 10 setups this week that played without me. Oh, I forgot to change the title name, but it's all good. Um, let's just wait for the stream to start. We had a ton of setups that just played randomly, bruh. So we had USD JPY, which played my idea, but with this big ass drag candle, and I ain't trading that shit, bro. Unless I'm getting like a liquidity rate into this or some shit. Like these candles are very rarely holding, so I skipped this. Played out perfectly from here to our sell side, exactly our idea. But again, the I don't know what was this news behavior here. Then we had GU. I was looking at this 50-minute inversion. We reached my area, my liquidity level here. We reached it. We inversed the 50-minute. I was really liking us to target the sell side right there. But guess what? We again rallied pre-New York for some reason. We rallied 20 pips pre-New York, and we played the idea before our session. We didn't get no retracement. We didn't get shit. So we played 2 ideas like randomly. No regards. The only thing I'm kind of looking at is gonna be dark shorts, but it just looks like forced context. I'm not gonna lie, but yeah, just come on, bruh. It's annoying these setups keep playing without me, but what can you do? We need to stay unshakable. We need to stay trusting in our process. We need to stay trusting in ourselves that we're doing the right decision. We're skipping bad trades, and we need to stay trusting that this is what we're supposed to do, right? We're supposed to be skipping bad trades, and this is just the market having one of those days where we don't want to do shit. Like we just play without us. We have 4 centuries. We have all these things, right? Even AUDUSD here, I was looking at buys, but I don't know if we're gonna get that shit. I do still like buys here on AUDUSD. It's coming above here, retesting and looking to target this high, but I don't know. Like Euro, like this range looks so weird. This bearish range looks so weird because we had a bit of momentum here where we formed this gap, and then it kind of just slowed down onto here, and it just looks like very weird. And if you guys remember from today's stream 6, you remember this when we talked about this as being the last line of defense in this range, and that's what we kind of exactly end up holding. And from here we just mellowed lower, but we're gonna have any setups once again. I don't know if I don't really wanna be forcing a short here on UJ, so I don't really know what we're doing this session. We have the sell side here, but yeah, it just doesn't look like any setup is really good. It's funny because out of so many pairs, out of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we didn't get one fucking setup in 2 days. So I'm just trying to not get annoyed at that. I'm really trying to not get annoyed at that, but it's hard not to, but it matters not to get annoyed. So even this Nasdaq, I don't know, we're approaching this range high, but I don't know if I want to be shorting here though. We don't really have internal. I would have liked these lows to stay intact here. I always like to have a reason to draw lower. Like in this case, we don't really have reason. We have this as a reason, but unless rather than that, it's just like trend line liquidity, and it's not really a certain type of liquidity. But I don't know what this week is. I mean, it's kind of expectable, but usually even on low probability days, I have at least one setup. The thing is, we did have valid setups, but they just played without us. Today we had one, which was this pretty good UJ trade. Again, just I don't know if I should have taken this. I don't really think so. R was garbage. We would have taken this. We didn't even have 1 hour in this liquidity. We couldn't have really taken it. On the 3-minute, it looked like a better gap, but I didn't really look at the 3-minute though. If we would have taken on the 3-minute, let's say it would have been worth it, and we might have been able to squeeze a 2 hour, or we could have looked to target a bit more, like target this low. But yeah, on those type of candles, it's probably just better off to skip. Like they don't look good. They just most of the time they just end up getting printed through because it's a very voided gap, right? So even let's say if we took it like this, we probably would have gotten that 2R, but yeah, it's just weird, bro. Weird as fuck. But what can we do? I'm probably just gonna keep it short even today. It doesn't look like there's gonna be much happening. We're just gonna be patient for our trades. Like that's what matters. I realize that's how a profitable trader really is. So we need to stay unshakable no matter if we have a losing streak. We cannot start doubting ourselves or changing our strategy or doing this and this and that. If we take losers or if we're in a losing streak, we need to stay grounded and we need to keep executing the same. That's one thing. The second thing is we need to stay trusting when we don't have trades, right? Because there's gonna be periods like this when it's kind of rare for the way I'm trading right now, where you don't legitimately don't have trades, right? You don't have trades, you skip a lot of trades, but you end up not having any single trade, and you need to stay grounded to not let that, because it's frustrating. Even me, I'm getting frustrated that we're not having any trades in all the setups that I had, which is pretty big portion, just played without me, right? Just play without me, and that can get really, really annoying. But what matters is we don't let that anger or that frustration push us into a bad trade just to take a trade, right? That's what matters a lot. I did that mistake a lot of times. We need to stay unshakable. We cannot change anything. We need to stay unshakable and just keep showing up every single day, no matter if we have a setup or not. At some point, a good setup is gonna present itself. We just gotta be patient and wait. Because if we force a trade right now, it's just gonna we're just gonna like troll. We're just gonna take an L, right? This would have been a nice trade if we had this intact. It would have been really nice here. But again, see, like all these stuff, like it's just invalid setups. Like I would have really liked to short here. We had this buy sell liquidity, then we would have had internal equal lows, and just to look to have the short idea here, to look to target that. But we can't. Like all the sell side is taken. Look at this, sell side taken, sell side taken. We don't have reason to target lower, and this is just straight out invalidation for our setup. So we cannot be forcing a trade just because we want to be trading. That's very important, but what can you do? We just wait. Maybe we have Nasdaq, but I don't know. They just look fucking forced. We just gotta be patient, to be honest. That's what matters here, because profitability, this is one of the tests I think I'm going through, or the universe wants to see, or God or whatever you believe in wants to see. Okay, how are you doing? Are you staying unshakable? Are you managing to stay trusting in this and not shake and not start changing things, right? Even now, yeah, this was a very clean trade. I really like this. I really like this. I would have taken this 10 out of 10 times. 50-minute inverse, we reach area, buy sell liquidity taken. 50-minute inverse, retest of the 50-minute inverse, take this idea. Very consistent idea. Every single time I would have taken this shit. 15 pip move, very consistent. We would get, like, this is my setup. This is one of my setups that I take every single fucking time. But it just played without us, right? So now I'm not gonna look and chase the trade. Oh my god, look at this 50-minute gap. I'm taking this lower now. I think it's just too troll and too risky. So it's just not worth really. Like, the idea already played out. There's no point for us to be here and trying to force things. All the ideas basically played out. Go, we don't want to trade. DAX already played out. We don't want to force, unless, I don't know, DAX kind of inverses this 50-minute here, but it's very unlikely, and it's a forced context. I would have liked to see lower cases towards probably this sell side, but I don't know if we're gonna see that from DAX. We might form that fractal high. We're gonna see, but this is probably the only real setup, and this and Nasdaq, what I'm really looking at. But yeah, even Nasdaq, unless if I get like a 50-minute gap lower, I'm down. But again, we don't have reason to target lower. Like, this is the same thing with UK, right? UK had all these cells, has all these cells are getting taken. That's the same with Nasdaq. We have cells are getting taken, right? Strong rebalances, gap filled. We just have pretty much everything mitigated, so it's just too risky to read. We don't have reason to draw lower. That's the thing. We don't have reason. I don't usually look at lows and just say, okay, this is liquidity. You can say like, this is liquidity, but hi bro, hi. Welcome to the stream. Are you looking to trade anything today, bro? Because I can see shit. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, bro. I haven't seen you before. Welcome, bro. Welcome. How are you? How are you? Are you looking to trade anything today, or are you just sitting on the bench? So what I was saying, yeah, we need a reason to be drawn lower. Like for me, like a low like this is not liquidity. For me, this something like this is liquidity, but I can't say I really trust it. Yeah, we might be looking at this like this idea. So always how I look at things is we need to have a reason to reverse, which in this case is buy side liquidity, and we have a reason. We need a reason to be drawn lower, which can be this. You know what I mean? Previous weekly highs, my drawn liquidity. Let's see. Where's previous weekly high? I mean, it's this high, yeah. I mean, yeah. For now, yes. This is my drawn liquidity as well, but I'm not looking to be trading pre-market open, even though we can. Like, this is a decent setup because we have sell side rate, we have an inverse here. This can be a decent setup. It's just like pre-market open. I don't know if I want to be doing that or not. Like, and we do have like even these recent equal highs here, which is decent. This can be like a very short-lived idea. Like, if we sweep this low, it can be a decent idea. I would just target this because it's this big ass 5-minute VG here that we can react off. But yeah, reason. So again, reason for reversal, which is a low and drawn liquidity this highs. That's how I always trade. It's very simple, but lately we didn't really have these things. I don't know why. We didn't really have a lot of valid trades. Like even here, so okay, reason for reversal, 1 UK clearly range high. But what is our drawn liquidity? We don't have any fucking drawn liquidity. PI mitigated, boom here. This is not liquidity. I wouldn't consider this liquidity. PI mitigated, liquidity taken. PI mitigated, liquidity taken. So the reason for drawn lower can either be an unmitigated PI or sell side, but we don't have shit. So there's not a valid trade, bro, inside. Like the same was with this valid trade that we got missed on. It was like this is how I think we should all see trading. Like it's that simple. We don't need to be complicated. So reason for reversal is this hourly AVG. I think it's an hourly AVG. Yeah, hourly AVG. Reason to draw lower, sell side. This is sell side. Yeah, this is good sell side. I'll consider it good. So yeah, they're fucking working. Same here. Reason for reversal, we didn't really have it. We did have this 50-minute. So reason for reversal, 50-minute. Reason to draw lower, big ass new week opening gap. Like this is all we need, but now it just looks like the market, I don't know, it's just weird. Probably because of low probability week. I'm not gonna lie. Probably wait, this is old. Let me go back. Probably because of this, but come on, like doesn't really, yeah, sometimes the market just moves randomly. We have PPI tomorrow, so the PPI is gonna fucking explode, I feel like. But yeah, I mean, I'm slightly down to be looking at this small idea on Nasdaq here, like even pre-market, because it's a very small idea, but I need a liquidity rate, and we do have this pretty big 5-minute gaps. I don't know, actually. I don't know. If we rate this outside, I might be down, but I don't know. Just sad, bro. Every fucking setup gets invalidated. Even here, we do have a reason for reversal, but do you really consider this sell side? I don't know. It looks weird because we do have the sell side getting raided here, which is, yeah, it's just a weird price action this week. To be honest, I'm not gonna lie. It's weird price action. Is very off price action in a sense. Like I have a lot of setups where they just get invalidated like over and over and over. Like until now, in 2 days, I had like 8 setups, bro. 8 setups that just either played without me, either had a bullshit entry, either didn't have drawn liquidity, like all these stuff, right? They just fucking got invalidated. But what can you do? This is just part of trading. This is how trading is. Some weeks we're gonna have crazy setups, and even in my strategy, bro, I have a pretty high frequency. Like I don't have a low frequency. I would say 3 to 5 trades. I think I have 1 trade per day at least, and 1 good trade. I'm talking about an A+ setup every single day. So my trade frequency is not low, but this week, yeah, probably because of being no news week, at least until now, no news days. That's probably why we print like this. But what can you do? We just have to stay consistent. We just have to stay trusting in our strategy. Even here, I would look. Reason to reverse, we do have the sell side, but what is our reason to draw? It is technically this AVG. but I would also like some liquidity. It's just, yeah, I don't know. I want some action, but I cannot find any fucking action anywhere. So we're just probably better off. Okay, so Nasdaq did sweep this low, but I don't know. This just looks weird. I don't know if we want to trade this, and even if we do, we need to see this get inversed, and for this to get inversed, we have a very small idea. We only have this shit right there, 0.7 lot. Come on, yeah. I mean, I like how we're building this fractal high, but sell side is taken, but I wouldn't really like. It's just an iffy context, to be honest. We do have this. This is probably what we're gonna reach for. This is decent sell side. It's not that clear, but I would say it's decent. But now we need to see this 50-minute get inverse for us to be trading lower. I like this price action because we had this very clean buy sell liquidity rate, very clean wick lower of this 50-minute, and then we had this inversion retest, drop lower, inverse again, and now we're just waiting for another inverse. But looks like it's just struggling. Look like it just might print higher. Yeah, we do have sell side taken. This could have maybe been a decent trade. Yeah, this could have been a decent trade in London, but I didn't watch it. Just to target this. Yeah, this looked like some equal highs. I would have probably taken this, but yeah, probably here. Yeah, this looked actually decent, but I just missed it. And then our 10 pip setup right there, just very consistent. We could have taken this definitely. Pretty strong market structure shift here, but the displacement looked weird, so we needed to wait for another displacement, which was this right there, and we waited for the higher low to form as well. So yeah, this would have been a good trade. I just didn't watch it. I didn't think about it. We would have targeted that 50-minute unmitigated POI, or reason to draw higher, reason to reverse the slow, reason to draw higher, that unmitigated FVG and this inverse, and internal liquidity. Yeah, this was clean. This was a pretty nice setup, but I just missed it. This was my bad. I mean, it was pretty late. So I think I was already slipping at this hour, but yeah, this was clean. Very clean setup here. Like, this is how my edge works. Like, you get this like 20 you get this very consistent, very small move, but very consistent, and it happens in like 20 minutes. You make 2R in 20 minutes. This is one of the retracement setups that I have. This is the 10 pip move. A retracement setup. Why is that retracement? We clearly see it reacted lower. So yeah, this would have been clean, but now we cannot really look at buys. We don't have reason to draw lower, but we do have this 50 minutes, so we have reason for reversal, but we don't have reason to draw higher. We don't really do that, but this was actually pretty fucking clean. I'm not gonna lie. I might be journaling this. I don't know where. I need to make a section for my yeah. For my 10 pip setup. I want to kind of journal this. This is pretty clean, but I don't know where to put it. I mean, it looks good to just leave, but what is our draw? We can't like buy sell liquidity taken, PI mitigated. What are we buying towards generally? Higher time frame, yes, but it's just too highly likely to hold the internal range. So let's see Nasdaq, but yeah, this is a very small idea, sadly. A very small idea. It looks good. I like the sweep here. I like how we inverse, but it's a very small idea. We cannot buy until this gets inversed. So it's just a very small idea. It's too small in a sense. We can do some shit like this, but that's just like a very big stretch. Very big stretch. Like 1 hour. Because I think targeting this is just risky. Targeting above this, because again, buy sell liquidity taken, we have a pretty high chance of just holding, so it's just risky. Sadly, we cannot target. I wouldn't really target above, even if it's not a 50-minute FVG, and technically we don't have reason to be drawn higher than this until this gets inversed. We do have this range high or weekly high, but until this gets inversed, we don't have reason to draw lower. Until this gets inversed, we're pretty much clear to think that we can hold this lower. I don't know if that makes any fucking sense, but I'll probably do a demo here, or maybe like a small personal trade if I still have my. Let me see. I did execute this on my personal. It's just a very small scalp that I think we're gonna come into this buy side now, even pre-market. I think we're gonna do, but yeah, just we're gonna see how we behave. But this is very risky to do on the funded. Very risky to do because our idea is only this, right? Only this is our idea technically, but it does look good. Sell side rating to 15 inverse, which is pretty clear on going higher. I would say at least until this buy side liquidity, but it's you can always also fail. Like you can definitely also fail. But it's a very small size. We're just playing here. I just got bored, to be honest. But it's yeah, the inverse got rejected, so it's not that great of a trade. We do have this small yeah, small one. My name is Rashad and I join your Discord. Nice, welcome Rashad, welcome. How long you been trading for, bro? I mean, you might hold this, but it's just a risky play. That's why I'm doing a really small size, just because I'm bored, to be honest. And I'm doing it on my personal. Yeah, it's just getting pressed. But it is what it is. I'm just fucking bored, ain't gonna lie. Because we have no fucking trades for today, so yeah, it doesn't look like we're gonna have any fucking trades. Euro's looking bearish. AUDUSD is looking bearish. Ooh, can we look at this short though? It's forced. We don't have reason to reverse. I wouldn't really call a POI a reason to reverse here, even though we can technically. But I use the strongest pair. We technically have reason to reverse and reason to draw lower is the sell side at the bottom of the range. So technically we can, but I don't know if I really want to do it. Let's see if this Nasdaq's very small trade plays out. I think we're gonna draw higher towards would have gotten better R if we would have entered here, but again it's just a personal. Almost negative R, but we're probably looking at this like a 1R. For the funded, hell no. Hell no. For the personal, sure. Let me check chat, cause I only trade crypto, okay. But how do you trade, bro? I'm new. 8 or 7 months, okay. How do you trade? What concepts do you use? This should probably like enter this buy side is pretty clear, but I don't really see a reason why we would recheck. But Nasdaq can always do shit like this. At least into this, yeah, sure, we should come. Why is he struggling? 1 to 1 hour for the personal. Maybe even on the fund that it could have been done, but 1 to 1 hour. I'm really looking for a bit better than that, but we need to support a break higher. We can like shrug like this. This probably like this is like a 5-minute trade, not even 5 minutes. Which probably should be over in I don't know, couple seconds. Couple candles, my bad. But it just keeps struggling for some reason. I mean, I think it's just like pre-market volatility on Nasdaq. Keeps rejecting the close above the gap, which is definitely not a good sign though. But I do like here how we came and mitigated that. But we need to see us close above this. What concepts do you trade? Bitcoin and altcoin. Not pairs, but concepts. What do you use? Do you use liquidity? Do you use Fibonacci? Do you use, I don't know. There's a lot of concepts in it. Yeah, this is pretty bad. Like, it's overall it's not a bad trade, but it's just not completing the inversion. But it's all good though. We're risking like $2 on this just out of boredom. Just out of boredom, to be honest. UK, yeah, this looks like a good short, but we can't be doing nothing. We don't have reason to draw lower, sadly. Even if it looks good though, like this is a healthy displacement. These are displacement that I like to fucking trade, right there. These are displacement that I like to trade, but we're gonna do a demo at most because it's just risky. I mean, we don't. It's just invalid, not risky. Let me put it slightly lower here, and we're gonna see. The Nasdaq keeps struggling. It just came again into that inversion. But it's a 1-to-1 R. Why is he struggling so much? Gang? He probably, I mean, I know why he's struggling because of this. Because of this highly resistant area, I might not even draw there. But again, the setup is solid. It's actually a solid setup because sell side swept into 50-minute inversion and pretty solid draw on liquidity, lower time frame draw. Yeah, the setup is solid. It's just like pre-market volatility. Gold, sell gold. Let's see. I don't know. Looks weird to me. It just looks weird. I don't know. I cannot read this price action. It looks very weird. I don't really like this buy side here. But you selling this or you sold already? So it just looks weird as fuck. I ain't gonna lie. Weird as fuck. I don't trust this. That price is not gonna come into this buy side. Why is he struggling so much, Gengi? Keeps rejecting the top of the AVG. Technically, in theory, this would have made an invalid trade, but out of my boredom, I'm willing to sacrifice $2. Really, if he wants to lose, I'm willing to sacrifice $2 for this because I'm just bored. And for my entertainment, I'll accept it. I sell in the high. What do you mean in the high? Here? But I don't know. In my opinion, I don't really trust the sell. It's a shitty price action. Why is he struggling, Nasty? Bro, struggling so hard. But it's probably still gonna hold this though. We're just gonna look at other pairs. It's a pain to just watch this. I do like this UK, bro. So sad that is not valid. What do you mean in the high though? The better R would have definitely been here, but I didn't expect price to struggle this much. It would have been crazy R. Euro USD reached that liquidity, but I don't trust this. I do slightly like AU here. We're gonna see. We're gonna see about AU. How much did it say? 3, 5, 6, 7. 3. I mean, it's probably 3, 5, 6, 7, or around here. Or really, how the fuck? How did you even sell here? How? Don't you? Weren't you the guy that traded yesterday with the Jew trade? Where was the Jew trade here? Or am I confusing you? I'm sorry if I'm confusing you. Yeah, still gonna hold this. I'm pretty confident that it's gonna hold this. It's just struggling pre-market, or it's just gonna fail. That can be also a way. Oh, so it was a good choice intuitively. I just moved my entry lower. Yeah, this is a good displacement. We're like these are the displacement I look to trading. Like, look at this. No fucking wicks. Consistent displacement throughout 3 candles. This is my type. This is my type right there. Very good displacement. These are the displacement I'm looking to trade. Not this bullshit fucking displacement that we got here. 1 candle huge. Yeah, these right here. These are displacement I'm looking to trade. But sadly, the trade is just invalidated. Unluckily, unlucky. How did you even sell there, bro? Aren't you, as I said, aren't you the guy? Tell me if I'm wrong. Aren't you the guy that sold yesterday? That was on the stream, on the New York stream, and he sold here on a 5-minute inversion. He sold here. He targeted this level, 3509, like perfect target. Or am I confusing you? Bro, Nasdaq doesn't want to print, bro. Yeah, it's over. It's looking like a good trade, very good displacement, but sadly liquidity is taken on both sides. Liquidity taken, we cannot take this shit. Bro, like Nasdaq, what is he doing, bro? I mean, stop loss is actually here. Look at this shit, hold lower, like fucking melt off it. Look at this shit right there. Am I tripping for not wanting to target sales side getting taken? Probably not. What do you mean, bro? But explain, how did you short here? Because for me, 3-5, whatever number you said, is here. Not here. My bad. Here at the top of London's range. Like right there. Or in Asia. Nasdaq, what is you doing? Nasdaq doesn't want to print. Doesn't look like it, but you never know. You are, so wait. Cause I don't know. One guy messaged me. Yeah, this was the. Oh, this guy was the Jew trade. So you're. Nasdaq doesn't want to print at all. But this Yugi is gonna fucking melt off here. I know it. No valid trades today, sadly. Yeah, this is over. Oh my god, bro. I mean, can't be mad at it. I knew it was garbage. Yeah, this day, even this day, I think I'm gonna end. I don't even know. if it's worth really streaming. I don't like Nasdaq. I don't like pretty much anything here. We do have the sell side, but is this good sell side? I mean, it's decent actually. So you might get like a big ass fucking swing lower, but we need to react like straight off the bat of all-time highs. That's my requirement for us to be coming there. But yeah, realistically, probably not gonna keep the stream going. There's no fucking trades for me here, so yeah. I'm gonna see you, I don't know, tomorrow. Hopefully we're gonna have some fucking trades. Until now, every single fucking trade looks iffy, looks forced, looks shit, so I'm just gonna take the day off. Maybe even this one invalidates, but yeah, I still a forced trade because of sales I take and we don't have clear. Yeah, it's just forced, bro. They're all forced. I mean, even you. Yeah, I don't like what I'm seeing on any fucking pair. I did find this decent, but I don't know. I did find this AU maybe decent, but I cannot say I'm that confident in drawing lower. I would be saying we draw here, but it's like, oh, it's not that much. It's only like 20 pips. I would like to see a reason to be drawn lower though. Like, for example, I mean, this is can be considered a supply. Like, it can be considered a supply because it did take buy sell liquidity, and these are usually valid supplies. So let's say we have a supply, we have a 50-minute inverse to trigger lower prices, and now we have a 15-minute gap to follow lower. Even with this is not our drawn liquidity. Our drawn liquidity is this. So I'm gonna pay a bit of attention to AU here. Maybe we get, but I don't know. Probably AU is realistically the only pair I'm looking to trade, because we have reason for reversal, which is that supply. We have follow up, which is the inverse, and we have a gap here to also follow up on our idea. Looking to draw here. But yo, other than that, nothing really. I'm gonna go smoke, but I'm not gonna stay that much longer. To be honest, my patience is running low, and I don't want to force any trade. I already forced like a $3 loss just out of boredom, but I'm not gonna do it that shit ever again, no matter how bored I am. I don't like you, bro. You said you swept liquidity, or yeah, I did sweep liquidity, but I don't like this. I don't like it. I only like AU slightly, and DAX, but even DAX is forced. Yeah, this was a very good trade, although you should have taken this, but I wasn't on the charts. If I was, I would have taken this. This was good. So it was a very clean trade, very clean 10 pip setup. But I'm gonna wait on this. Maybe we get it, but I don't know if I really want to even sit on the charts today. Just looks like an off day. Just take the day off and do whatever. You know what I mean? Even Dax is playing without us. Like, we did get a 50 million version, but again, he's gonna play without us as usual. But I don't want to force any trades. Like AU's also breaking over. I'm probably just gonna end the stream because I'm getting annoyed at how the market's been printing lately without me internally. Almost like a lot of trades, so you just better have to end the day and come back tomorrow. To be honest, there's nothing for me here. There's nothing for me except 4 trades. That's pretty much it. There's nothing. I mean, this AU looks decent, but I don't know. I don't wanna. It looks pretty decent actually. But this, but yeah, I don't know. It also looks good now. While leaving from that 4-hour inversion, which is this gray area. Yeah, I'm just gonna end stream because I'm getting annoyed. So I don't know. I'm gonna see you tomorrow. Probably. Let's hope tomorrow we can get some fucking trades, bro. Cause it's getting annoying.